All right, let's talk about the peace plan that has been proposed. We are being joined by Brigadier General there, Dr. Mir Elran, a senior researcher at the Institute for National Security Studies, Tel Aviv University, and Ahmad Al-Ibrahim, Saudi political analyst and U.S.-Saudi relations expert. Welcome both to the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Elran, I'd like to come to you first. This peace plan that has been proposed and has been accepted by Israeli Prime Minister as well. What's your take on this?
Well, first of all, let's make it clear that we are still not in a stage of an agreement. This present stage that has been declared in the White House by President Donald Trump and the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, is basically a proposal that has been accepted by Israel and endorsed by many countries, Arab and Muslim countries in the region and in Asia overall, and also by the large part of the international community, which is a very important element to understand and to recognize. And it's a very encouraging move forward. It still has to be ensued by negotiations by the party. And unfortunately, as you have mentioned yourself earlier, Hamas so far has not given its response, its official response to the draft, to the document. And we are waiting for them to give a positive, hopefully, a positive response to it. If it happens, and I'm not sure that it will happen, but if it happens, then of course further negotiations will have to be taking place on a variety of very important, very critical and sensitive issues. And hopefully it will bring about an opening to a major change in the situation, not only in Gaza, but also not only in Gaza, but also in the Middle East altogether.
Dr. Elran, thank you so much for that. Mr. Al-Ibrahim, I'm going to come to you now. He's joining us from Riyadh. Will Trump's Gaza peace plan succeed? Is it really all that encouraging as Dr. Elran believes it to be? What's your take on this?
Well, thank you for having me, and greeting to my colleague, the guest. And I second my concerns with your esteemed guest. I don't believe that there is any light at the end of the tunnel from both parties. I think Hamas is still stalling on answering for the proposal. Netanyahu and his government are really not the trusted partners that you want to work with them. The initial peace proposal or the plan that Trump has for Gaza has been tailored again by Israel. They want a quick veto at any given time if they see that it's needed. They want to stall any kind of operation as far as the peace plan in order to do some military combats in the territories that they withdraw from or they need to extend to. I don't think the intentions from the Israeli government is really 100% solid. Remember, Netanyahu had a right-wing government that when he go back to Tel Aviv, he's going to face some pressure. I think if I'm not optimistic on this kind of things, it needs some solid pressure again from Donald Trump. And the word of two-state solution has never mentioned. And this is basically, it's a no deal from the beginning.
Right. And Dr. Elran, I want to come back to you on the point that Mr. Al-Ibrahim just made. Of course, we've heard Benjamin Netanyahu say that he does not believe in a two-state solution. What is your response to that? Do you think this peace proposal will succeed? Do you think it can bring the sort of relief that this region is in need of and the people of Gaza have been hoping for?
Well, I think that you have to understand that we're talking about a gradual process that has been envisaged here in this particular plan, which is the first time that has been endorsed, as I said before, not only by Israel and the United States, but by many very important countries in the region and the world at large. With regard to the Palestinian issue, I think that it has to be understood that the wording of the formula is very clear on one hand and leaves some important elements to be discussed later on in the future if, of course, we succeed to promote and implement at least the initial parts of this initiative. If this happens, and there is a list of important conditions that has been agreed to be taken, then and are indeed taken in Gaza and around Gaza, then the Palestinian issue and the Palestinian future will be discussed and decided by the parties, and of course also to a large extent by the Palestinian people, both in Gaza and outside of Gaza. I must say that this leaves a very wide room for hope that there can be progress, of course, if it is not hampered, first of all, by Hamas and then by other elements in the Middle East who are radical and who do not want to see any kind of progress towards peace. And I'm not talking only about some kind of a arrangement between Israel and the Palestinians, but I'm also talking about a reconstruction of the geopolitical structure of the Middle East in general. And I understand that my colleague here is talking from Riyadh, and I think that the role of the Saudis is very important in this respect, and I'm hopeful that there will be a very active part in not only them, but the other Arab pragmatic countries will be important parts to the facilitation of the path and strategy that we are talking here in terms of the White House initiative.
Mr. Ali Ibrahim, what do you have to say to that?
Definitely, I would like to have the same hope of Dr. Imran has. The thing is, the Israelis and this government is nowhere to be trusted. They will manipulate. They are genocidal. You've seen in your report how many Palestinians are keep getting killed, and they are killing them. And they're not going to agree to anything until they kill the last Palestinian. I think the Palestinians, they have to be part of this determination of their future. It has always been discussed by the U.S., which is the gateway of Tel Aviv, to get these kind of things. We hope, as we accepted Israel in 1948 to coexist in this region, I hope they work in coexisting with us. We don't forget the map that Netanyahu has showed, that the unlimited borders of Israel from Iraq to Sinai and parts of the GCC, this is something we will never forget. And if this is the plan of Israel and they decide this is what they're going to happen in 5 to 10 years, then they have to basically face their fate with 450 million Arabs in the region. We are a very peaceful nation. We're peaceful at the GCC and the Arab nation. We've established relation by GCC countries with Israel under the Ibrahim Accord. We've done everything possible in order to have stability in the region. But the Israeli, they choose to kill more people, to expand their settlements, to violate everything in the book and in the world community, basically in order to, get their vision and get their agenda done for personal reason, for Netanyahu and for the state of Israel. So I hope definitely the peace will, unveil. And as to Dr. Imran, Saudi Arabia is always committed to work with the Palestinian people, and they've campaigned with France in order to recognize the Palestinian states around the world. Today, we have more countries are recognized Palestine state far more than actually countries they recognize Israel.
All right. Now, Mr. Al Ibrahim and Dr. Elran, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, this is where things stand at the moment. Hamas says it's reviewing this proposal that has been put forth. On ground, however, nothing changes if nothing changes. So how things pan out going forward, that's something that remains to be seen. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.